Hey, Dr. Berg here. This video we're going to talk about the problem with being a vegetarian. Now, I'm not against vegetables at all. In fact, I consume more vegetables than most vegetarians that I know. But there's some points I want to bring up about this because it's not as easy to do as you would think. Number one, most vegetarians are really grainatarians. When I talk about them, they don't even have very many vegetables. They're consuming all these breads, pasta, cereal, crackers, biscuits, and thinking that it's healthy. Or artificial meats like these burgers made from soy and things like that. That's like very, very unhealthy. So if you're becoming a vegetarian to become healthy, then make sure that you do it with actual vegetables, okay? But you might have to add beans, you might have to add wild rice, you might have to add lentils, you might have to add nutritional yeast. There are ways to do it. But if you are an adrenal case or a diabetic, what happens is your body is in a state of a catabolic state. I'm going to explain what that means. Catabolic is a word to describe that your body is breaking down its own protein. So you have the opposite word, which is anabolic, which is building back up protein. Like after you would work out, the body would build back up protein. But then you have the breakdown of protein in your muscle, which is called catabolic. So when you're an adrenal case or you're diabetic, your body is breaking down muscle protein faster than it's building back up. And so you get a lot of atrophy, especially as you get into your 40s and 50s and go through menopause. So I have people that become a vegetarian and they're in this state, they're adrenal cases or they're diabetic, and they crash and burn. They might even lose their hair, they might lose their teeth, they don't feel well, they have blood sugar issues. So you have to have good adrenals to be able to handle being a vegetarian because the amount of protein that you might need to heal the body. So it's difficult getting protein. That's the big problem becoming a vegetarian. So because the amino acids are not as plentiful in a vegetable versus a meat or an egg or a cheese thing, something like that. Okay, so that's number two. Like the purpose of food is really to get our nutrients, whether it's vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, which again it's hard to get with this because essential fatty acids, you can get them from flax, but they have to be converted into what our body uses. But mainly we get them from fish oil or fish or grass-fed eggs or grass-fed beef, things like that. So it's possible, but it's not easy to get, okay? So the definition of food is to get our nutrition. So whether we get vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, or amino acids, at the end of the day, you have a lot of variety of foods that you can get these nutrients from. You wouldn't necessarily have to get them from one type of food, but that is the goal of food, is to get our nutrients. So whether you are a vegetarian getting them from vegetables or getting them from some other source, this is the goal. So this kind of clears up the confusion of what diet should I be on. Well, you should be on a diet that provides all the nutrients. And believe it or not that I consume organ meats, but organ meats have the most nutrition of any food on the planet. But I just can't eat them. I think I was forced to eat liver as a child, so I cannot eat that. I don't eat brains, I don't eat kidneys. But in the olden days, they did do that. And I'm not against that, but I'm just making a point that those foods have a lot of nutrition. All right? So these are the problems. Number one, consuming non-vegetable sources. If you're an adrenal case, you better have some protein, whether it's some eggs or cheese or a little bit of chicken or something, because you may get worse if you don't. And then the other thing is just make sure if you're going to be a vegetarian, make sure you know how to do it and you don't just wing it. Make sure that you study up on it and get all of your proteins, maybe from pea protein or hemp protein or whatever. Okay? So that is my 2 cents, and I will see you in the next video.